Welcome back, everybody, to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. We are on the map Tournament Rift. And spawning on the left-hand side as the blue-black hand, we have Masterleaf. And his opponent on the right-hand side, the red GDI, we have Green Zero. So classic red versus blue here today, Masterleaf versus Green Zero here on Tournament Rift. This should be a pretty good match. It's already up to, I think, about 8 wubs on the system, and in case you guys are not familiar, that's quite a bit nowadays. You don't see that too often, but it's going to be Green Zero opening up with 2 engineers as GDI against Black Hand. He's going to be hoping to secure one of the bottom tib spikes, and Masterleaf, he has 3 Cabal squads headed straight up the middle, and then he also drafted a Militant Rocket squad, so he must be intending to put that to use somehow. Maybe to just counter the Pitbull Scout, which is almost inevitable coming out from a GDI player. Now, Masterleaf, he has put the booby trap on that structure, and it will detonate. Green Zero will be losing his Scout. He will not be too pleased about that. But he does have a Scout up in the top of the map, as well as down in the bottom. And let's take a look in the base of Masterleaf. What is he up to? Looks like he is building... Oh, actually, that looks like it's building quite quickly, and it will be an operations center. So Masterleaf going to be looking to open up with a flame rush of some sort here. We'll have to see what he chooses to go for. And Masterleaf just trying to spread out his forces here. He really wants to anti-scout. And Green Zero, he's going to be very happy about getting his scout into the base. He's going to be able to see this Black Hand squad, and he's going to see the Reckoner. He may not know that there isn't a flame tank out yet, but we'll have to see. So the Reckoner is going to be moving out. It looks like it's going to be 1 Black Hand squad. Actually, it looks like it's kicking around. Could be another operations center waiting to be dropped there. Yeah, so it's going to be double operations center being sold off here, and that Reckoner will move out. So actually, this is very interesting. So the Pitbull will get picked off here by these forces. So Masterleaf picking off that scout just like he probably planned here. And not sure if he's going to try to keep that rocket squad alive so that way he can throw that in the Reckoner, as well as the Reckoners, when they are deployed, you do have the opportunity to throw 3 units inside of them. But the Watchtower drop from Green Zero, he focuses down that rocket squad straight away. Not a bad idea at all, but that Reckoner has deployed it and is doing massive amounts of damage to this refinery. Green Zero desperately trying to get out an engineer. Engineer does come out. Will it be enough? No, Masterleaf does manage to destroy that refinery, and will he get the war factory as well? That Reckoner is getting quite low. Will he de-garrison in time? And no, he does not de-garrison those units. He definitely could have de-garrisoned and then got the remainder of that damage on that war factory. So a bit of a miss micro there from Masterleaf, but we won't worry about it too much. And Masterleaf, he has been ecoing behind this up to 4 and 2. So I do believe he is a bit ahead of Green Zero at this point. So that is a good thing for him, and Green Zero actually using that engineer to grab some repairs on that war factory. And actually, we do have another engineer here from Green Zero, so he's going to be looking to come down and grab that remaining tib spike for himself. He does have the garrison here down in the bottom left, so he will be able to grab that Tiberium spike without too many troubles. Actually, we do have a Raider buggy coming out through the middle from Masterleaf, and does Green Zero see this? Yes, he's actually already grabbed that garrisonable structure, so that's quite good. And Green Zero just grabbing that annoying foxhole that GDI can grab right in the middle of your base, and he's going to be seeing everything that comes out of that war factory. It will be bikes coming out for Masterleaf. Actually, a second war factory coming down as well. So Masterleaf may be realizing that he has the economic advantage, at least a little bit early on, so he can actually go out and go with that dual war factory production and try to put some more pressure on the eco of Green Zero. Green Zero going to be responding to this with some Pitbulls. Not a terrible idea whatsoever. Pitbulls are quite good, and against Bike Buggy, it's just going to matter. It will just matter to see whether or not he micros and destroys these bikes quick enough. Actually, a couple of Predator tanks here on the front line is going to be soaking up a huge amount of damage, and they will be dealing quite a bit of damage too. The bikes are being focused down, but unfortunately they are being overkilled in this situation, and a few rockets being wasted on these Raider buggies, and they will be healed up very quickly by the war factory, so they can sponge quite a bit of damage, and then they're healed up almost instantly by the war factory. The Raider buggies as well as the bikes focusing down the Pitbulls pretty quickly now, and that Predator tank going to be going down as well. So not quite the trade that Green Zero was hoping for. He may have delayed Masterleaf enough to allow him to respond to that with Predator tank spam, but Masterleaf, he has expanded down to the south, going to be going for that natural expansion. He actually drops an operations center and immediately sells that off, so that can only mean to me that he is going to be looking to go and clear out these bottom structures, or rather the garrison is going to be looking to grab those Tiberium spikes. That hand of nod, yeah, it is going to be engineers coming out, so yes, Masterleaf is going to be looking to grab those Tiberium spikes. Oh, actually it looks like an engineer did go down from Green Zero. He did try to send that engineer from the bunker up north, but it will not be able to make it down there, and it is Predator tanks out here to hold the line for Green Zero, as well as Watchtower spam. Always a good choice as GDI, especially against that bike buggy. They just focus down the bike so quickly, and Masterleaf just trying to find an angle of engagement here that will work in his favor, and he could potentially poke in and do some damage on this base, but he's likely a little bit weary of the forces here from Green Zero. Those Predator tanks do quite a bit of damage, and he does not want to lose too many of those bikes early on. Focusing down the power plant here, and actually the Predator tanks focusing down the Raider buggies here as opposed to the attack bikes. So Masterleaf not actually getting the kill on that power plant, but did lose some forces there, so that's a good trade for Green Zero. And Masterleaf just still continuing to eco behind this, dropping down that second refinery up to 3 and 2 on that expansion. Let's take a look and see what Green Zero is up to in the meantime. He is rocking hard on this expansion. He has got 4 harvesters, 2 refineries down here already. 2 more harvesters going to be joining the fight here. They are going to be up to 6 and 2. And actually, it looks like a harvester getting caught out here by the bike buggy. And Green Zero realizing that now, he is going to keep that alive. And it looks like he's actually going to use this harvester to grab some of that sweet, sweet blue Tiberium. And actually, there is quite a bit of that blue Tiberium here on the map. And Green Zero is going to be jockeying for position. And with the Predator tanks, he should be able to hold that no problem. Actually, a decent number of harvesters down here. So it's going to be up to Green Zero to keep those alive. Masterleaf, we'll have to see if he's able to get the harass off and maybe get some kills on those harvesters, but it's going to be straight up inf spam behind this for Masterleaf. Not a terrible idea. Always a viable option for Blackhand, and we'll have to see how Green Zero chooses to respond to this. I know he likes those Shatterer tanks, but we'll have to see. Maybe it's going to be AP ammo, APCs, or maybe even Hammerheads. We'll have to see, but these Predator tanks, they are not going to be able to do jack diddly squat against that infantry force, and I don't know that Green Zero has actually seen that yet. But we do have the bike buggy actually moving around. They are completely bypassing the main force of Green Zero. It actually looks like they may catch a harvester here, and it looks like they actually will catch this harvester out. Going to be taking a few losses here, but they will be destroying a load of blue Tiberium in the process. Actually, a second harvester going to be going down here. 2 loads of blue Tiberium. That is unfortunate, but that is income that he is denying to Masterleaf, so not a bad trade overall. Green Zero, he is leveling this original main base of Masterleaf. It looks like he managed to sneak these Predator tanks as well as a couple of APCs beyond the lines of Masterleaf. He is going to be giving chase, though. He does have those infantry upgrades, so you do have the Black Disciples onto those infantry, so he's going to be looking to do quite a bit of damage. It looks like we got a little bit of a harvester bug out here back at the original, or rather the natural expansion of Green Zero. That is unfortunate, but he will likely get that fixed. And another harvester going to be going down for Green Zero, so that's quite a bit of harvester harassment. Green Zero, he has expanded to the center of the map. He is going to be looking to recapture these Tiberium spikes, dropping a watchtower here, likely trying to de-garrison whoever was garrisoned into this structure here, or maybe even just hold off against whatever was down here. Choosing to sell up here. Now his Conyard is being pressured by this infantry force. Laser field coming down. That is going to be enough to signal to Masterleaf that he needs to fall back here. Up in the north, we do have the infantry chasing away the Predator APC army here, which is retreating from a successful run on destroying that original main. And we do have just some infantry standing on Tiberium. That is never a good thing. But Green Zero pushing forward with some AP ammo, APCs, so it looks like it is going to be APC spam to defend against this, so likely going to be Pred APC all day long. Very, very powerful combination from GDI. We'll have to see if Green Zero is able to make that work, but these APCs are actually slightly overextended here, doing quite a bit of damage, but maybe taking a bit too much in return, losing 2 of those APCs and not managing to get too many more kills. Actually, it looks like a couple of Predator tanks going to get caught out here by these forces from Masterleaf. Both the bike buggy as well as the infantry are going to be responding to that. But Green Zero, he is not too worried about it. He is sending a sneaky attack force back up to the top of the map and likely just trying to draw the forces of Masterleaf into a frontal engagement on his MCV. And it's AP ammo watchtower spam here for Green Zero. Actually, he has packed up his MCV likely up in the north. He has sent his MCV up to the north, so very smart decision here from Green Zero. Masterleaf is likely very disappointed to see that he sent all of his infantry forces down here thinking, all right, I'm going to come down here and steamroll this base, but there is literally nothing here for Masterleaf to kill. And Green Zero, meanwhile, he is backdooring Masterleaf. He is sending all of these Predator tanks in, and they are getting a decent number of kills, but they are actually getting picked off pretty heavily by the remaining infantry forces of Masterleaf. That is very much unfortunate. That is a decent amount of Predator tanks that will be going down. The infantry look like they are about to peel off from that engagement, but Masterleaf is choosing to counter-engage here. He is attacking the original main expansion of Green Zero. And actually, no, looks like he's going to be splitting some of these forces off, maybe going to be looking to go for a little bit of a backdoor on this newest expansion. And Green Zero, he doesn't have a whole lot here to defend against this. He does laser field that construction yard, so he will be able to take quite a bit more damage. And there are a decent number of APCs here to try to hold the line. But Masterleaf, he's just got that Imp Swarm, and they just do so much damage with the Black Disciples upgrade. And let's take a look up in the north. We do have those Predator tanks still falling back here. Looks like a handful of them did get away, but Masterleaf is continuing to give chase, and he was just continuing to surround this construction yard and this expansion. And it's going to be watchtower spam, power plants, and more watchtowers coming out from Green Zero. Masterleaf choosing to attack the undefended base here of Green Zero, completely cleaning up this original main, and he's going to be quite happy with that. Another harvester going down. Green Zero going to be sending that other harvester away, but we do have a huge infantry force here from Masterleaf going to be pushing in. This could potentially be a game breaker here, and Masterleaf, he is going to be focusing down these APCs pretty quickly. A couple of these APCs out of range, but no, actually a reverse move bug will be killing another one. Masterleaf, he's got a very menacing looking force here, and that is only the tip of the spear. They are going to be attacking in the north. We do have more infantry coming in on the left-hand side. Actually, it looks like this infantry force is out of position. That is unfortunate for Masterleaf. He is continuing to kill some of these units that stray out of the pack. It looks like another couple of harvesters. Oh no, nice save there from Green Zero. He does keep those harvesters alive, but APM Watchtower is going to be on the cards for Green Zero, just continuing to spam that out, but he is dealing with those power problems, trying to use the barracks to block off his power plants. Not a bad idea at all. The harvesters are going to be coming in, likely just all rallying up to this base. As we can see, Masterleaf is actually returning from completely destroying this entire southern base. And let's take a look down in the base of Masterleaf. So Green Zero looking like he's going for a bit of a base trade here. He's completely cleaning up all these forces of Masterleaf, and he's continuing to milk the units out of these Hands of Nod. And it looks like Masterleaf is content with just selling up this base here. He's continuing to put on the pressure here, but these APM Watchtowers just holding the line so well. As you can see, he's just created this wall of defenses here. It is more or less tower defense for Green Zero at this point. He just needs to hold this attack. And let's take a look and see. We do have Masterleaf's expansion still being focused down here by Green Zero. He's just continually selling off these structures to try to get that cash boost back. But this base is definitely in peril. And Masterleaf, is he going to be able to crack the watchtower defense here? He has managed to get the power down, and it looks like the harvesters are going to be coming in here to try to save the day. Will they save the MCV? They're coming in for the crushes. They do manage to get some crushes here. Very, very nice work here from Green Zero. Unfortunately, losing all of those harvesters, but he did manage to hold the line. Looks like he's going to sell off the remainder of those watchtowers and use the rifleman squads to try to buy his MCV time to try to get out of here. Another harvester trying to go in there and get the crushes off, but it will not be enough. We do have just a lone rifleman squad trying to hold the line against these forces here on the left-hand side. All of the rifleman squads of Green Zero have been cleaned up on the right-hand side, and this MCV looks like it's just going to be joining the final push here. Green Zero going to be bringing along his remaining structure for the end of the game here, and Masterleaf, he's looking very, very good here. Though Green Zero does have triple spike economy, he has literally no production. Whereas Masterleaf, he's got a little bit of economy here. He does still have his MCV, and it is deployed, so he can produce. He does have double Hands of Nod running at the moment, but I would imagine he is dealing with some eco problems. Sells off the MCV, sells off a power plant. That's a risky move because once he goes low on power, he's going to be in a very difficult situation. But Green Zero, it looks like he did take a little bit of damage to this MCV, likely from some bike buggy or maybe even that infantry force managing to catch up to him. But he is going to be pushing forward for the final assault. And will he manage to actually destroy these structures with just this handful of forces here? But Masterleaf is going to be responding with the full brunt of the army that he has here. He does have a saboteur out as well, maybe thinking that he can get in and get a cap on the MCV. That would be pretty epic. And we do have infantry coming in from the south, infantry coming in from the right-hand side, and let's see if they are able to actually come in. We have Predator tanks trying to come forward and get the crushes. It looks like the engineer did get focused down. APM at Watchtower is being spammed out. A power plant dropped as well. Barracks being dropped. They're going to be holding line against this force on the right-hand side. Green Zero, he is in all kinds of trouble here. APC going heroic. That is huge. APMO APCs going heroic. That is massive. But triple Watchtower here for Green Zero, and the power is still online, so that one power plant is the final remaining structure for Green Zero, and I think he has done it. I don't know what Masterleaf has left. He does still have two hands of Nod, but he just does not have the funds to produce off of it, and even if he did, he's up against a fully heroic APC as well as triple Watchtower here to hold the line for this power plant. And now Masterleaf, he's just desperately trying to find an angle of attack where he can take out that remaining structure. But Green Zero, he's going to be using this time to focus down those last two hands of Nod from Masterleaf. Will Masterleaf be able to hold the line here? Actually, it looks like the heroic APC is being called out to kill off the remainder of these militant rocket squads. And it looks like Green Zero has managed to pull this one through. Masterleaf, I just don't know how he's going to be able to contain himself in this game, and Masterleaf has been defeated. Green Zero taking an unlikely but well-deserved victory in this game. Wow, that was a very intense game, very, very heavy on the imp spam coming out of Masterleaf, but as Black Hand, you kind of have to expect that. It is just such a powerful technique to use. And let's take a quick look at the resources tab. I'm just very curious. Green Zero, he powered through way ahead of Masterleaf for the majority of the game, and kept that economic lead very, very early and kept it over the top of Masterleaf for literally the entire game. Actually, the spread looks like it was almost equal throughout the entire game, aside from maybe the early mid-game. But anyways, Green Zero, he played that very well. Obviously, APMO working out very, very well in his favor. Got very close at the end there with only a power plant remaining. I don't know if I've ever seen a game where it was just simply a power plant remaining at the end of the game. But Green Zero, he holds it out, so very, very well done to you, sir. My hat is tipped off to you, but at any rate, I had a lot of fun casting this game. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I'll catch y'all next time.